Why can I not?
It's a private car park, sir.
It's a public car.
Public area.
Okay, first of all, can you identify yourself properly for me?
Police officer.
Okay, yep. But who are you?
I'm asking you to leave a private area.
I'm asking you to identify yourself properly.
I'm asking you.
If you identify, then we'll engage.
Okay, I'm Sergeant Brown.
Thank you.
From Shelburne Police Station. My call number is 2374.
Thank you very much, Sergeant.
You're in a private car park.
Okay, so what says that I can't? What says that I can't come here?
This is a private car park.
It doesn't say private.
Excuse me, I'm asking you to leave.
It doesn't say private.
Okay, I'm asking you to leave a private car park.
Okay, it's public property.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Who pays for it?
This is a police station.
Who pays for it?
For private police vehicles.
No, it doesn't say that.
Personnel.
It doesn't say that.
Okay,
I've broken no laws.
Okay.
I've broken no laws.
Okay, I'm asking you to leave the police
station. But I've broken no laws. Okay, it is a
You're
public.
Trespassing.
No, I'm not trespassing.
You are
trespass is civil.
Okay.
Trespass is
You're
civil.
creating a breach of the peace, which you can be arrested for.
Okay, so where's the member of the public?
Excuse me.
Okay, there is no member of the public, so it can't be breach of the peace.
The sergeant storms in with a hostile approach, hinging his claim on unsound legal footing to label the parking area as private. Yet there's no sign, barrier, or official notice to back it up. Under UK rules, space is open to everyone, like station parking lots or the pathways to the front desk. Stay public unless clear restrictions are posted. Without formal limits, the auditor is fully within his rights to stand there and record. Still, the sergeant doubles down by accusing the auditor of breaching the peace, a serious allegation. The auditor cuts through the confusion with a simple challenge. Who is actually disturbed? For a breach of the peace to hold under British law, there must be a real or imminent threat of violence or disorder involving bystanders, typically someone from the public being alarmed or provoked. In this case, no one else is present, and all the tension comes from the officer himself, rendering the accusation groundless.
You are in a private police station, car park.
I am not in a private car park. I am not in a private car park. If you can then show me which law that is.
No, I'm.
Okay.
If you
show me the law, I will gladly move.
Okay.
That's not a problem at all with me.
Okay, I'm asking you to move, and I'm telling you, you're creating a breach of the peace by being here.
What breach of the peace? What breach of the peace? There is no member of the public here.
You'll be arrested for a breach of the peace, and you will be removed.
There is no member of the public here, sir. Okay, so as I said to you, if you can tell me which law it is, okay, to do with breach of the peace, then I will actually deal with that.
I'm asking you to remove yourself.
And I said that I do not have to move. Okay? I do not have to move.
I'm telling you that you do.
No, whether or not you tell me and what the law is,
you will be removed.
Whether or not,
if you removed,
and that will be completely unlawful. That will be completely unlawful.
Invoking breach of the peace here smacks of opportunism rather than lawfulness. That doctrine exists solely to stop real threats of violence or public disorder, not to eject someone just because they're inconvenient. The auditor nails it when he points out that any removal under these false pretenses would be outright unlawful. What we're witnessing is a textbook fallback for officers lacking genuine legal grounds. They wave the breach of the peace threat like a cudgel to intimidate. Yet case law is unanimous. This power must be used sparingly and lawfully, never as a loophole to bypass free speech or block access to public spaces.
Okay, as I've already requested from you 4 times now, and I'll request it for a 5th time, if you can actually show me which law
I've just told
says
you,
that I can't be here.
No,
which law that I can't be here.
I've just told you to prevent a breach of the peace.
Breach of the peace isn't the law to do with where I stand on public property.
Breach of the peace can occur in private or public property.
Yeah, and this is public property.
Yes, exactly. So
no, you
approach me.
You approach me.
And you, by being here, are the cause of that breach of the peace.
No,
so
you came to me.
Removed if you
came to me. Okay.
You will be removed.
Do you know who the MPCC are? Yes? Do you know who the MPCC are?
I don't need to answer that question.
Okay. Well, you might want to read that then.
I don't need to read that.
Well, you should read it.
I'm telling you, you're on private property.
And before you actually say anything, okay, and this is from the MPCC, okay, and then read that, and then you'll see that I can be here and I can film.
I don't need to read that.
Okay, so you're refusing to actually uphold what they've actually.
This scene shines a bright light on the sergeant's real priorities. When the auditor offers up the MPCC media guidelines from the College of Policing, a friendly attempt to clarify citizens' rights and calm things down, the sergeant won't even glance at the paper. That document spells out that anyone can film or move through parts of a station that aren't clearly off limits. Instead of pausing to learn something new, He turns away, showing he cares more about control than clarity. Officers are bound by a code of ethics to stay fair, open-minded, and well-informed, shutting out helpful guidance, especially when a member of the public respectfully presents it, betrays those duties. This refusal isn't just rude. It weakens trust in the force and flies in the face of the very rules he's meant to honor.
You're an embarrassment. And is your body camera on, by the way?
Absolutely.
Okay, why didn't you tell me?
You didn't give me a chance. You're talking to me. You didn't tell me you're recording.
I don't need to. You do. You do. You collect data, and under data protection laws, okay, on your actual own website, you're meant to inform the members of the public when you turn your body camera on at the first available moment. Okay? So, and I will be requesting a copy of that footage, so make sure that you don't delete it. Okay? If you had the correct signage, I wouldn't have come in. Okay?
I'm telling you, it's private. I'm telling you, informing you, a police officer's telling you,
regardless,
private area, there's private...
It doesn't state that.
Private vehicles here.
No,
there are private...
It's public information.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I've informed you as a police officer, this is a private area, okay?
It doesn't
and
state
I'm asking you to leave.
If you can show me where it states that.
Okay. I'm telling you.
No, whether or not you tell me, what you tell me does not trump what my legal right is.
Okay. No, I'm asking
okay, and it doesn't trump what my legal right is.
If you remain here, you'll be removed.
Okay, by who?
By myself.
By who?
By myself.
Okay, and I told you, if you touch me, it will be...
The sergeant leans on his uniform like it's a magic pass to override the rules. But in the UK, you can't strip a space of its public status just by saying it's private. True restrictions require clear signs, barriers, or a lawful order grounded in statute. This isn't merely dismissive, it's outright risky. Effective policing in a free society rests on consent and the rule of law, not on rank or bravado. Officers must explain and justify their actions with real legislation or official policy. When they hide behind a badge and ignore the facts, they aren't upholding the law. They're twisting it to feed their own ego.
Okay, that's why I've just walked back there to double check for signage. You do not have any signage at all that states private.
I'm informing
you. You informing me saying private. Okay, I can tell you. Okay, I'm the Prime Minister. Okay, and it makes no difference what I say because there's no way of actually backing that up.
I'm telling you, by your presence here, you're creating a breach of the peace. Okay?
I'm not creating that breach of the peace.
Which you can be arrested.
Who approached who? Who approached
your
who?
Presence here.
No.
Because if you weren't here,
approached who?
If you weren't here, I wouldn't.
Well, you don't have to be here.
I do.
No, you do not.
In a private police area.
It doesn't state private.
Yeah.
Okay.
Forms.
It doesn't state private, and it's not a restricted area. It's not a restricted area because there's no barriers or nothing. Okay. So there is nothing there. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm alright, thank you.
Good.
Just let you know I'm recording.
No worries. Thank you very much. Can you just identify yourself properly for me, please?
I can say I'm Richard, PCSO 5992.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay. So, what are you up?
I'm just filming a public building. Okay, you know who the NPCC are, yeah? Okay. Yeah. So, are you fully aware of what they do?
Well, let's see. You can have a look at the letter.
Yeah, please do.
Fine.
Please do, and I'm glad that you did, okay? And it's good that a PCSO has actually taken that out, okay? When you've got an actual sworn constable there, that wouldn't actually take that to actually have a look.
Oh, I can always, you can always read things. I mean,
Yeah, no, by all means. That's why I carry that on me, and that's the reason why the NPCC actually got involved, is because we have the right to actually do this. And that's why I would say thank you to you for actually taking that and actually having a read of it. And you can see how important it is to actually have documents like that on us.
The PCSO takes over and immediately does what the sergeant wouldn't. He calmly states that his body-worn camera is recording and clearly identifies himself. That simple step is a cornerstone of the College of Policing's Code of Ethics, yet it's often skipped. When the auditor asks if he knows who the NPCC is, the PCSO doesn't bristle or dismiss the question. Instead, he offers, "I can have a look at the letter," showing a genuine willingness to engage and understand. This is exactly how these encounters should unfold, with clear communication, open-mindedness, and mutual respect. In stark contrast to the sergeant's badge-first ego play, the PCSO demonstrates that professionalism and transparency are the real keys to effective policing.
So you've come up to me, you've been very professional, okay? You could see what I was doing, okay? I stated, you know who the NPCC are? You said yes. I've shown you that document, okay? And you're listening and you're being reasonable with the actual conversation.
Yeah.
Now, you've decided to actually come up and actually engage and actually have a face-to-face intelligent conversation.
Yeah.
Whereas that sergeant came out, was very rude, very aggressive. Sergeant, if I get an apology, I will make my way. Okay, now I can't get fairer than that. The way in which you approached me and the manner in which you did, right, and with what you actually threatened me with, okay, was wrong and out of order. As I said, if I get an apology from you, I will make my way, no problems. Pardon?
I don't think I threatened you.
Did you threaten me with arrest?
I said it was a possibility that you would be arrested.
You told me I would be.
If you,
Okay, which is a threat.
You are in a private police car park.
It's not. There's no sign that states private.
Right of access is not granted.
Well, no, there is no implied right of access. Well, under Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act of 1972, okay, I have the right of access.
The sergeant's claim that implied access isn't allowed may mirror internal guidelines, but without clear signage or public notice, it has no legal standing. You can't turn an open area into private property simply by declaring it so after someone has lawfully entered. Once a space is genuinely accessible, you retain the right to be there until something official says otherwise. Section 33 nails it. Any area open to the public, even on private land, remains open unless access is clearly and lawfully revoked. No signs, no barriers, no valid direction to leave means the auditor was fully entitled to remain and record.
You are preventing us from responding to...
No, I'm not preventing you from doing anything. I'm engaging with an actual officer on duty.
You're in private
Okay.
car park.
There's no sign that states private.
I'm informed you.
Did I come through a gate? No, what you inform, Sergeant, what you inform, okay, and what the law is are two different things completely. That's why I've just said to you, right, if I get an apology, I will make my way and I will bid you good day. Well, I'm not going to be threatened by
I
you.
haven't meant any harm to you. I've been out, I've engaged with you.
Well, no, you shouldn't threaten people. As soon as you approached me, you were very aggressive.
I've not been aggressive.
Yes, you were when you first
I don't
approached
believe
me.
I was.
Well, first of all, you didn't even want to identify. Okay, I had
Fully identify.
it makes no
What do you
difference.
want me to
Okay, I don't have to give you that.
Okay. So you don't want to identify yourself?
Okay, well, if you want to call me anything, call me Plod.
Okay. Well, I prefer to call you by your, if that's not your name, your real name.
Well, you don't know if that is or not.
I don't know.
Okay, and that's why I'm saying
That's why you want
you
to-
can call me Plod.
The auditor isn't under arrest. He's not accused of any crime, and there's no legal reason to demand his name. The sergeant isn't trying to resolve anything. He's grasping for control by digging for personal details instead of citing the law. It's a classic defensive maneuver when an officer wants to save face after being outmatched legally. But fishing for information only drags the encounter out. Ironically, a simple, "You're within your rights, carry on," and a calm exit would have diffused everything. Instead, pride took over, and the body-worn camera recorded the whole ordeal.
Okay, and that's why I said that for what was actually said and done, okay, if I get an apology, I will bid you good day.
I don't believe I was aggressive.
But is it right to threaten somebody with arrest? Is it right to threaten somebody with arrest for doing a lawful activity?
It's debatable whether it was lawful activity, wasn't it? You're on private property.
No, it doesn't
my
state
mind,
private
you're paying
property.
a breach of peace.
It does not state private property.
I'm telling you,
okay, and what you got to
private
remember, okay, is it's public property.
I've informed you that this is a private police car park. Private.
Well, there's nothing up there that states private.
I understand that, but I've informed you several times.
Okay,
It's private.
and I also did ask
Right
you.
of access is not there.
I also did actually ask you
Yeah.
to give me the correct law
Okay.
for that, and I said that if you could give me that as well, that I would also make my
It's a
way.
breach of the peace.
It's not a breach of the peace.
To
Hang
me,
on. You tried to come out with breach of the peace, okay? You tried to come out with trespass,
Okay. Yeah.
right?
You informed me of civil, which I agree with.
Right? Yeah. Right. You then also tried to come out with literally to do with me,
I didn't come out with anything else. I came out with the breach of the peace and told you you were trespassing in the private police car park.
and as I said to you, okay, there are no signs there, so
I
there is no
understand
law that has
I'm
been
not
broken.
I'm not debating that. I agree with you.
Okay, so if you actually agree with me, I'm doing nothing wrong.
If I've upset you and offended you, I apologise.
Okay? Right, and that's all I was looking for. Okay, so I say thank you very much for your apology.
Thank you.
Right, and I'll bid you good day.
Thank you.
See, that's exactly all what it needed to be like. Okay, and can I say to yourself, thank you very much for your time. Okay, I really do appreciate it. Okay, and do have a lovely day. Okay, Sergeant, have a lovely day.
The moment the sergeant confronts the auditor, he's all assertive posturing, insisting the station car park is private property even though there's no sign, barrier, or legal notice to prove it. Under UK law, any area that's open to everyone, like a police station forecourt or public parking, remains just that unless clear, lawful restrictions are posted. Without a proper barrier or statutory direction, the auditor is completely entitled to stand there and film. Undeterred, the sergeant leaps to accuse him of breaching the peace, a serious charge that demands an actual threat of violence or disturbance involving others. The auditor's reply nails it. Who exactly is being disturbed? No member of the public is present, so there's nothing to back up that claim. This is a textbook abuse of the breach of the peace doctrine, which exists to stop imminent disorder, not to eject someone who is simply inconvenient. Courts have made it clear that this power must be used sparingly, not as a shortcut to silence cameras or muzzle public access. Next, the auditor offers a media guidelines note from the MPCC, part of the College of Policing's advice explaining citizens' rights to film in areas without obvious restrictions. Rather than engage, the sergeant refuses to even glance at the paper. His disinterest in facts is glaring. Then he leans on his uniform, as if, as a police officer, I say it's private, override statute. But you can't erase public rights with a badge. True limits must come through clear signage or a legal order. You can't just declare an open space off limits by fiat, fishing for personal details to regain his lost authority. A quick, you're within your rights, carry on, would have ended this peacefully. Finally, when the sergeant mumbles, if I've upset you, I apologize. It's a half-hearted deflection, not an admission of his mistakes. From the shaky private property claim to the unfounded breach of the peace threat, refusal to read guidance, and constant reliance on rank over law, he got it wrong every step of the way. That's what you captured on camera. A classic case of poor policing and misused power. If you found this breakdown helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really supports my independent coverage. And don't forget to check out Plod. His channel's linked below. Thanks for watching Rate the Audit, and I'll catch you next time.